I got new teeth. So I'm still getting used to wearing the dentures throughout the entire week, so I apologize if you have a hard time hearing me. It's a growing experience that I hope I can get past before I head out to WordCamp Kansas City. On the upside, it's been pretty cool to chew food lately. So we have a few viewer comments this week, so especially since I didn't make any videos, mostly because I didn't feel like I could understand me very well when I was editing the video. It's like I can hear right now where some of the words that I'm saying is kind of slurred, and I got a really high-pitched whistle to my S's. So it's something I have to relearn to do, so bear with me. Our first comment today comes from Recap Jack. I think live streaming is a great idea. Even if some subs miss it live, they can watch the video later. I appreciate the honesty in your videos about your experiences when it comes to freelance writing. You opened my eyes to the idea of writing for blogs and websites like Textbroker. It is honestly priceless to have honest, outgoing content creator who gives thoughts on personal experiences and reaches out to their followers. Thank you. Well, Recap Jack, you are very welcome. And I would love to do a live cast, but I'm still, as you can see, struggling with having a mouthful of acrylic. So I'm not really sure how well that'll pan out, but I'm still thinking about doing it next Friday. And I'm glad I can show you the different opportunities there are for a freelance writer. And if that's one thing that I strive to be, is honest. I'm bluntly honest to a fault, actually. But you're welcome, and I hope to see you again soon. My next comment comes from Alana Marie. Thanks for making this. WordPress plugins can be overwhelming sometimes. No doubt I'll need to revisit the video again at some point. This is a comment that was on the 3 ways to install plugins in WordPress. And I plan on doing a lot more of the WordPress videos because there's a lot of things you can do with it. And like I said in that video, I just wish that WordPress had a much better search engine in the repository. Like when you put in something that you want to search for, you get results for things that aren't even close to what you're looking for. If I was Automatic, the developers of WordPress, I would have put more effort into the search engine part of it rather than forcing people to use Gutenberg. And yes, like I said in that video, I am biased against Gutenberg. I'll go into a video about that later, but for now, it's an alright system. It's just not what I'm used to. Now the next comment comes from, and I know I'm probably going to wind up butchering your name, Sherman Slurlovich. Oh yeah, I know I screwed that one up. Not to mention the fact that saying your name while having new dentures is damn near impossible. How is it possible to make a recap of such article with dry facts? How can I say, by other words, the same facts? Is it even possible? And he gives an example of Alistair Borthwick lived from 17th February 1913 to 25th of September of 2003. Now, when you're doing a recap on certain things like people, places, and dates, you really can't do very much with it because, well, those are straight facts. However, with something like this example that you sent me, you could rewrite it as born on 17th of February 1913, comma, Alistair Borthwick died on 25th of September 2003. So you can still relate the same facts, just use your own wording for it. Sometimes you have to be a little bit creative, but it is possible. Unfortunately, if it's too condensed of an article, then you might run into the problem where people say, oh, it's too close. Copyscape says it's so much percentage of the same article, and with stuff like that, there's really not much you can do. Specific information, if it's related to the topic, has to be in there, otherwise it doesn't make any sense. So the best thing you can do is try to reword it in a way that is unique to you and that is not, well, commonly displayed on the internet. Now, 4th, 5th, and 6th comments come from DIY Wedding Designs. I'm glad you don't bash content mills like other writers because when you're new, it's the only place you can get any experience. Thank you. And you're right, there's a lot of people on YouTube, especially freelance writers, who will bash content mills like Textbroker because you really don't make a lot of money at them. No, I can demonstrate that it is possible to make a decent living off of just using Textbroker, but you can make far more money if you use private clients. But what a lot of these freelance writers don't break down is that when you are new, a lot of the places that you're trying to apply for or trying to gain clients, they want to know that you're able to do the job. With a content mill, you can work yourself up and learn as you go. So essentially, you can develop that experience. Now, I love content mills for this specific purpose, that it does give you a place to get experience writing and dealing with clients. But you don't want it to be your only form of income. Always keep looking for that other opportunity that's out there. Like currently, I am quite involved with my client and since they moved me up to being the content marketing team lead, I really haven't had much time to dive into other systems like Textbroker. But I know that if I ever need an extra few bucks at the end of the week, I can get on and crack out a few articles, no sweat. The content mills do hold a place in freelance writing, especially if you've never done it before. I started off with Textbroker and I've ballooned ever since. Now, DIY Weddings Design's next comment reads, "Hi, I just got hired as an author by Textbroker, but I have a question about titles and quotes. I've looked this up in the AP style guide, but it keeps referring me to titles I would put in the body of the article. I'm wondering if the article title of the article I'm writing needs quotes around it when I put it in the title bar. I appreciate the info you give because you work for Textbroker and you know how they want us to do things. Thanks." So when you get a title that's in quotes, a good rule of thumb is that I leave the quotes off and just put it in the title part of the Textbroker editor. The only time I would ever leave the quotes in a title is if the client is specifically asking for it, but you're not going to run into that. In fact, out of almost 5,500 articles that I've done on Textbroker, I've never had a client ask me to put the quotes in it. Now, you might run across a few that want the title in quotes in the body of the Textbroker field itself when you're writing it, but as for the headline title bar that's in the Textbroker editor, don't put the quotes in. And DIY Wedding Design's last comment reads, "I have one more question. If a client doesn't specify which person to write the article in, which person do I use?" So when you're writing content, you got first, second, and third person writing. If the client doesn't specify what style to write in, I usually default to second person. This is because second person writing is often the most sought after in SEO on the internet. Now, there's some clients out there that'll specifically say they want it in first person or third person. I found that second person writing is probably the most profound on Textbroker, mainly because first person writing is more related to casual settings, and third person writing is usually reserved for something that's more serious, like a medical document or some kind of legal form. But if you're just picking up orders in Textbroker and they don't specify, I usually default to the second person narrative. And my last comment comes from Himok Mom. "You should do a live stream. Why not? Good luck with your new teeth." Thank you very much. And yeah, I think I'm really starting to look into doing a live stream probably next Friday. I'm hoping I get more used to my teeth by then and you'll be able to understand me without me stuttering over my words. I know some of you might say that you can understand me clearly, but it still bugs me. I have, self-confidence issues as it is. But at least I can smile and chew food. And for me, that's all that really matters. So yeah, I think I'll probably do a Friday live stream. But getting used to the new teeth is definitely something that I had to work on. Like Saturday when I first got them in, I spent the majority of the day gagging because the acrylic is so thick in the back of my mouth that my tongue hits it, and like every fifth word I was gagging on it. Luckily I don't gag anymore, but you can tell that there's certain sounds like the g and the k sound that I have a problem with. But in the dentist's office it was R's. Every time I try to do an R, I would like blah. And I don't like the way the dentures make my face feel more full. It's like I'm wearing some kind of mouth guard. I know it'll settle down after time and I'll be able to start doing normal things again, but I'm really worried about being in WordCamp in Kansas City and doing interviews when I'm talking like this. I guess it's the perfectionist professional that's in me. But we'll see, that's still 3 weeks away, so I might be able to smooth all the edges out and be fine with it. So now I'm trying to think of when a good time to live stream is on Fridays. It looks like the majority of people that watch my videos is between 6 and 9 p.m. my time, which is Denver Mountain. So I might do an hour live stream at that point, and I've already got the software to do it. I use Streamlabs, or no, I don't use Streamlabs. I use just OBS. And I've already input the stream key, so I'm hoping all I got to do is hit the start streaming button and I'll go live. But if there's anything that I've learned off of streaming on Twitch is that it rarely gets off without a hitch. There's times where the microphone didn't work, or the game wasn't running through, or it'd be muted. So I'm going to cross my fingers and hope everything goes right, which I'm not really sure is going to. So it'll be a learning experience no matter what. So if you find yourself bored on a Friday night, I'll be streaming live, and I'm probably just going to do a regular AMA. And the brutally honest person inside me will pretty much answer any real honest questions that are thrown at me. So here's a question for you. Should I do a themed style live stream, or should I just do a hang out, just have some coffee and talk with my viewers type of thing? Leave it in the comments down below. I think that's going to do it for me today. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you want to learn more about Textbroker, freelance writing, WordPress, or any of the other topics that I cover, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. It seems some of my videos aren't reaching my viewers as soon as they're published. In fact, my friend doesn't get a notification until the next day. But if you're curious, I always post that I have a new video up on Twitter and Facebook, and you can follow me on those platforms as well. So that's going to do it for me today. Have a good weekend. I'll see you on Tuesday.